Okay guys, this is going to be our first Thorn build. This is actually going to be one of many. We're actually looking at a lot of different exotics to see what synergizes the best here with Thorn. The first thing we tried this morning was like Foe Tracer and Thorn. Unfortunately, the only benefit Foe Tracer gave was that it allowed us to kill Guardians in 2 crits, 1 body, 6 resilience or less. Whereas Thorn without Foe Tracer just by itself can already do that, but at 5 resilience or less. So that is the only added benefit that we saw from Foe Tracer, which is super unfortunate, which is why we're not making an entire video on that build. But the build that we're going to be focusing on today is actually taking Thorn, combining it with the exotic on the Warlock class, Lunafaction boots, and pairing it with empowering rifts. So boys and girls, I present to you Mark of the Luna. So let's talk about it. First up guys, Thorn comes with the intrinsic perk Mark of the Devourer. It states that as rounds pierce targets, it deals damage over time, kills with the weapon, leave behind these green remnants. Of course, when you pick up those remnants, it grants you the perk Soul Devour, which is the trait found on this weapon, thus allowing you to run around 2-tapping Guardians that are 5 resilience or less. Now, the beautiful thing about taking this perk and combining it with Lunafaction boots is the exotic perk Alchemical Etchings. Your rifts gain the additional ability to automatically reload allies' weapons and your own. But the key thing here is that empowering rifts make weapons effective over longer ranges, which of course is what you're seeing in today's video. We are dropping empowering rifts, thus boosting our damage as well as boosting the range on Thorn. Now, how much does it boost the range up? Well, Thorn by itself has like a 29 to 30 meter damage fall off range. As in anything past that point, the gun will start to do less and less damage. Now, this is important because right now, Thorn is the only 150 round per minute hand cannon that can 2 crit 1 body shot Guardians, 5 resilience or less. But again guys, once people start stepping outside of that damage fall off range, the weapon suddenly starts requiring you to land 3 crits. But with Lunafaction boots as well as empowering rifts, this increases our damage to 81 per crit and 51 per body, thus killing Guardians in 1 crit and 2 bodies from very, very far ranges. Like, I didn't get the exact damage fall off value, but when testing, it has to be anywhere between like 45 and 50 meters. So you go behind a corner, you drop a rift, you peek out, you land 1 crit on an opponent, and then spam the last 2 shots to finish them off. Now you have options here. You can either push up after this point, pick up the remnant, and now you're off to 2-tapping Guardians. Or you can play it back and keep holding down your rift. Because the beautiful thing about the Well of Radiance subclass is that getting your rift back is so easy. You see the perk here, Benevolent Dawn, healing or empowering allies, regenerates your grenade, melee, and rift energy. So charge your grenade up, cast it on one of your allies. You just now activated Benevolent Dawn, or getting a melee off on an enemy will also grant you that perk. Now, when you actually stand in your Well of Radiance, this actually increases your crit damage to 91 per crit, as well as 57 per body. But to make it even nastier, if you have Soul Devourer activated while standing in your Well of Radiance, poison damage hits 10 damage per tick, for a total here of 40 poison damage. Now, with all of that being said, is Mark of the Luna a good build? Is this a build you should be trying with Thorn? Now, this build came highly recommended this morning in my YouTube comment section. It does have some nasty potential. Being able to land 1 crit in 2 body still has that 0.8 second time to kill value, but a ton of forgiveness there. It also allows you to like lock down a location. If you're trying to hold down power, or maybe just hold down a center point, you can easily do that, because anything that starts to try to engage with you will immediately start getting hit by a much harder hitting Thorn, as well as the damage over time. Now, I wish that the damage over time would have been increased with these empowering rifts. We know for sure that this is not exactly 2 damage per tick. It's like a fraction. So some people have speculated it's like 1.5 and it just rounds up because Destiny likes to round numbers. So empowering rift might actually increase that poison damage, but nothing substantial. So with that being said, is this an ideal build for Thorn? Well, right off the bat, it works against what Thorn is trying to propose with the Soul Devourer trait. Soul Devourer really wants you to push up into your enemy's territory, grab those remnants, and continue pushing, landing those 2 taps. But I think the issue here with Thorn is getting that first initial kill, especially here on console. Playing with Lunafaction boots, seeing how consistent Thorn feels with some added range here, really makes me wish this hand cannon would have been brought to us with somewhere around 70 to 80 range. I know a lot of people say, well, that's how you keep Thorn balanced, but here on console, it would have been really nice because there's so many weapons that can duel in those ranges that are just as deadly up close. So in order to like lock down a kill, to start snowballing Soul Devour, this is an excellent build for doing that. So guys, that is our first build for Thorn. I really like this hand cannon. I really wish it was more consistent here on console. I've seen the potential that it can reach on PC. It looks absolutely disgusting. There is some level of bloom or some level of inconsistency that I have seen here with Thorn on console. It doesn't happen all the time, but there's just times where you just have to stop and let that reticle resettle, which is super unfortunate. But with builds like this, it should be easier to take advantage of Soul Devour, and that is the whole reason why you would want to use Thorn. To get that clean 2-tap off on opponents with the 150 round per minute hand cannon is so nasty. So guys, try it out for yourselves today. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.